Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. So, yeah, it's a little shaky today. I won't say that I'm down. I'm saying I'm not up as much as I was yesterday. But it leads it perfectly into what we're actually going to be talking about today. So, made a mistake, I guess, and I went scrolling through my content and actually looking at the analytics on the video. And yeah, it turns out I'm losing at YouTube, man. There's absolutely no doubt about it. When I actually take a look at the views and all that stuff, man, my channel, it sucks. Really does. Ever since we pivoted away from, we pulled away from the pack and started kind of doing our own thing. The channel has not done well. But what occurred to me by us doing this also is that it's made me focus so hard over on Cosmos, Solana, ADA, all the alternative big level ones. And what occurred to me is that I'm losing at YouTube, but I'm winning at crypto. So it got me thinking which one of these is more important. And, clearly I'd rather have money. So, and crypto pays better. So this segues us perfectly into what we're talking about on the video today, and that is I'm trying to maximize. Everything I'm doing now is purely about maximizing. And a couple of the ways that I've been maximizing real good are all the bonus rewards. Now, I think everybody, probably the folks who watch this channel regularly, are pretty well dug in over on Cosmos now, and it's great, man. There's money's coming in here. All right, a lot of apps are coming on, a lot more level ones are being integrated. I mean, every time we turn around, there's going to be another level one that's coming on. So it creates a tremendous amount of opportunity. Now, because of all of this, our choices and what we're investing in have they've spread out. I mean, all right, it's crazy now. There's so many different places you can put your money, and it's so easy to get there. I'm still a big fan of SIFT I think they're going to do big things. I'm a little bit shaky on, but it's interesting because we're actually going to be talking about that one a little bit today. So where I say I'm trying to maximize, I am absolutely trying to maximize. The APRs are great. If I can get the APR plus a cherry on top, I'm going to take the APR plus the cherry. And there's a couple of these LPs that are out there now where I am getting the cherry on top. And I think, again, in an attempt to maximize, meaning that you maximize your gains, you minimize your losses, I think it's important to go after the cherries. So let me just show you. It's probably a whole lot easier. A couple pools that I'm into and I'm looking at more and more. Probably the big one and the big cherry on top is this one right here. It's pool number 604, and the reason that this thing has such a big cherry on top is sitting right here. Now, I talked about this on another couple videos, but I thought, let's go ahead and expound on this a little bit. All of my rewards have been I've been pouring them in here, and I've been bumping this up. Now, Stars is interesting in that right now it doesn't do anything. I mean, it is for an NFT marketplace being built on Cosmos, and everyone, yay, we all love NFT. You know what? Here you go. That's how much we love NFTs right there. Yay. That we all love NFTs this much. It's not really my thing, so it's certainly not something that I would invest in. But with that 30 million bonus stars that they have pouring in there, couple that with 139.94% APR, it is a good investment in my opinion. So the APR is the APR, man. It pays out in Osmo. It's wonderful, like 140%. And again, we're being very, very casual with saying 140% APR paid out in Osmo, which is a relatively stable coin use case. It's what makes osmosis work. But the cherry on top on this one is wonderful. Now, I only have $533 stuck in it, and I'm going to continue to go to the point where I am unbonding pool 1, and I'm going to shove that in there while I can. The Osmo is great, but right here is what is the cherry on top. That's what we're talking as soon as I see stars. Right here is the cherry on top, is sitting right there. So I just with 500 and ish dollars in there, I'm getting about $3.5 worth of stars every day as a bonus. Now this is on top of the Osmo rewards that I'm collecting at 140%. And again, I get it, man. Doesn't sound like a lot until you look at it over a month, and then it's almost an extra $100 that I'm getting for nothing. They're just giving it to me. Now with $500 in there, it's great. With $5,000 in there, it's an extra grand a month, and I get it. Not a lot of money, but it really is. It really is, considering that there is no additional risk for you on this one. They just give it out. They are incentivized you. Want you in the pool, want you in the pool. But keep in mind on this one, guys, the next airdrop is coming March 2nd, March 3rd, and that's going to be a lot of liquidity that's going to be dumped. This token, I mean, it's going to down. So keep that in mind, meaning that you're not going to dig your heels in on this one. All right, so I'm going to be unbonding this right around the 16th, 17th. I'm going to start unbonding it. So I'll give up some of the APR. I'll give up some of the stars, but I'm going to save my my full dollars. So you do you. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with my money. And along that same line, Emery and I are at odds on this one, but this is the other pool that I'm going to start pouring a bunch of money into right now. I had like $70 yesterday, so I dumped it in because I just want to test it out. But it's for the same reason here, is that I love free money, and I love I love the cherry on top. Now, this one is not as generous as the stars one was, but it still is generous. I mean, they're giving you something for nothing. So the 14-day bond on this one is 145%. Again, you're still collecting 145%. I want you to think about that for a minute, because, again, we get morally casual around this. 145% APR. 145% APR. And people are staking for 3%. In Ethereum, a lot of different tokens, one that shall not be named, is staking for 3%, 4%. People are happy with it. 145%. But this one is also going to kick out that bonus DSM. Now, I think, again, Emery and I are at odds on this one. He doesn't really care for the token. Now, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know. But it is, looking at its little chart right here, and I'm not a chart guy. You guys know that one. I'm not a chart oracle to tell you what's going to happen, but I can definitely look at it and tell you what did happen. And what I see is a token that ICO'd to Hellingon and then just kind of fell off. So I'm not real sure on this one, but I do know that it's kind of near its low. I do know that it's over on Osmosis, so it's getting all that visibility. And based on what they're saying, it is its very own level 1, but the development of user-centric, decentralized social media. I'm also not a big social media type person, but I'm pragmatic enough to realize that most people are. So if I can make some money and support their project as they go out and become the new Facebook of the DeFi, I'm all about that. So the two things on that one still are going to be 145% and the bonus tokens. I love bonus tokens. For the stars, man, it is about an additional 0.4% daily. I mean, it's almost daily. If I take a look at that thing with $500 in, they're paying me about $3.50 a day just to hold it. You're looking at an extra 0.6% of the total value of that investment. You're getting that every single day for nothing. So where I say I'm trying to maximize, this is how I maximize. All right, that is an extra 0.6% of your investment every day. And you've got to keep this in mind, because crypto's volatile. Crypto is absolutely volatile. So if you can have an opportunity to put more money in your pocket, you need to put that more money in your pocket. Doesn't matter what you do with it. I mean, right now I'm rolling it in, but when I start unbonding, that stars is going straight to UST Osmo. Straight to UST Osmo. That's still my default pool, and I'm going to ride that UST Osmo pool just as long as it'll let me. That's that pool right there. Pool 560, 130%. And you're bonding. a relatively stable token in Osmo with a completely stable token in UST. And they're giving you 130%. There are some bonus Luna on this one, just a little bit. It's not really enough to be noticed unless you're putting in unless you got a big chunk of that $180 million pool liquidity. It's barely enough to get noticed. But you know what? I appreciate the thought. Uh, yeah, look, yeah, I guess that's what I'm getting at, man, is that you got to continue to try to maximize your profits. You got to continue to try to maximize your investments any way you can. We're not getting, aside from Juno, we're not going to, I don't foresee Cosmos, any of the tokens over here, really getting those big ass spikes. Everything's still kind of coupled with Bitcoin. Even Osmosis and Cosmo, to an extent, is still tied up there with the Bitcoin. So you have to do an extra step if you want to continue to maximize your money. We are insulating ourselves from these radical dips. These are all long-term plays, long-term plays. So as long as you keep your mind that direction, doesn't really matter what it does. All right, over time, you're still going to be profitable regardless of what Bitcoin does, regardless of what the tokens do. So you just need to keep yourself, keep your mindset around that direction. All right. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let it get to it. I have to get to work. So everybody, until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money, and we'll see you next time.